Hey, it's a Web3 Idiot. Welcome back to our series on hash maps or objects in JavaScript. Today we're going to be tackling a new challenge. If you've missed our previous challenges, go ahead, go back and look, especially the first episode in the series where we talk about different methods you can call with a hash map. So today we are diving into this question here, finding the number of unique elements. We'll just call it one approach just to stay on topic. So the number of unique elements. So what does that mean? So what we're going to do is our input will be an array, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So here we're trying to find out how many of these are a unique element. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So only 2, 3, and 4 are unique. So we would output 3. Pretty cool, pretty amazing, pretty fun. So that's what we're going to do. Same thing if this was a 5, all of these are unique. It would be 5. And of course, if it's just 1, 1, 1, and 1, the output will be 0. So what exactly will our approach be today? We'll be using a wonderful thing called a hash map. Wow. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a hash map, initialize it, go through every number in the array, add it. If the frequency is equal to 1, we will increment unique counter. If it gets to 2, we will decrement the unique counter. If it goes 3, 4, 5, we won't do anything because we've already incremented or decremented it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we will do. Our time complexity, so we have an O of n. And then, yeah, that's about it. We just go through and create a hash map. So that'd be, our time complexity will be O of n. Our space complexity will also be O of n because we are creating a new hash map with the worst case scenario of every item in here being a unique element like this. So this would be 5, and the hash map would also be of size 5 because they're the same size as the number of unique elements. So the output here again would be 5. And let's go ahead and jump into it. So we have a hash map that we'll increment a unique counter when frequency is 1, decrement when 2. So we'll come over here, we'll come right down here. We will say function, and we'll say num unique elements. And inside we will take in array. So what we're going to do first is hash map. We need to initialize a hash map. So we'll say let, I always use let, I'm sorry. Let, what are we going to call it? Let's call it frequency equal a new map. And then let unique equal 0. So this will be our counter. And then at the end, we will return unique. All right. So first, what we're going to do is we need to loop through all of these the numbers in the array, and then update the map, check if the frequency is 1, check if the frequency is 2, etc. So here we go. We'll go ahead and do our loop. So we say for let I equal 0, I is less than array.length, I plus plus. That is one way of doing it, but remember, we don't need the index. So an easier way of doing it would be for constant num of array. All right, so for const num of array, and then inside what we're going to do is first check if the frequency, what the frequency is. So we'll say let cur freq equals frequency dot get, and we're gonna look for number, else we will look for 0. And you know what we're going to actually do? Well, we won't call it curve freq, we'll call it the new frequency. So we'll either get the current frequency or 0, and then we add 1 to it. We're doing this in order to do our check for the increment or decrement. Next up, we'll say if new freq is triple equal to 1, what we're going to do is we will say unique is plus plus. So we can do it like that, or we can do it just on the same line like this. So unique is incremented. If we do another check, new freq is triple equal to 2, what we're going to do is unique decrement. Then what we do is set the updated frequency to the map. So either be a 1 or 1 plus the current frequency. So we'll come down here, we'll say, so let new freq, we'll say freq dot set. Remember, we're setting it, freq dot set, and what we're going to set is num, that's our key, with the new frequency. And then we go through that and we return this value here, unique. So for this, we go through 1. 1 does not appear in the array, so we do plus 1. And then we check. It increments this. It is not equal to 2. We skip it. And then we'll say frequency.set. And then we say num, which is the num that we're on, would be 1, and the new frequency, which would be 1. So that'd be 1, 1. Next we move on to 2. That would be 2, 1. 3 is 3, 1. 4 is 4, 1. 5 is 5, 1. And our unique count would increment every time. So what we are expecting over here in our first test would be 5. So let's go ahead and check this out. Console.log, and we'll do num unique elements, and inside we'll pass it the array 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So over here we are expecting the number 5. Let's run it. We do get a 5. All right, let's add another 1 in here. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So we're expecting only 4 unique elements. So we're expecting a 4 over here. Let's run it. Bam. We have a 4, and let's get crazy. Let's add in another 1. So there are now 3 1s. So we do not want to decrement it again. We only want to decrement it when it becomes non-unique. So on the third pass through, it does not increase, it does not decrease. It is just treated as an update to the frequency. And over here, we are expecting another 4. And we do, in fact, get another 4. What happens if we pass it in an empty array? We'll get 0. What happens if we pass it in an array of 1s? Let's reset. Let's run it again. We get 0 as well. So that is how you would find the number of unique elements in an array using a hash map with JavaScript. If you have any questions, post them below. Like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something. Have a great day.